This is a book review of Conan Chronicles Volume 1, Out of the Darksome Hills. Great title. And it's Volume 1, 2003 to 2005 material. The Conan the Legend, 0, and Conan 1 to 19 came out in 2019, 2018, this book. And Dark Horse originally produced these. There's some Chronicle omnibus editions, as I don't know if they were called Chronicle at that point, but there's omnibus editions, and also there's some trade paperbacks, and of course all the comics. Now this is Marvel, and it's all predominantly in colour, and what a brilliant book. Now for me, I haven't really been following the Conan series. I don't know why, because I love Conan books. So for some weird reason, I just didn't follow them, didn't buy the magazines. I bought the odd issue. And I regret that, because this is really great stuff. So I'm going to run through it now. Now the cover, like I say, 2003 all the way through to 2005. And it's framed really nicely with this initial, you've got this prince and his vizier, or visor, whatever. And they're walking along, and then they find this statue of Conan, obviously from a long, long time ago. And of course he wants to learn more, the prince wants to learn more. So there's a lot of, there's some great scroll reading, and we got all the stories of Conan, about all the various things that Conan did. And of course within about 3 pages there's a couple of head lopping scenes, you can't beat that. And well, you got some just brilliant artwork. The colouring is fairly muted in places, not all. There's some really quite intense colours in place, but there's also, the colour is beautiful because it's done over pencil. Now, when I was reading it initially, I didn't really see that or didn't notice it particularly. I was just went along with the story because I think the panels are brilliant. It's lovely construction and just beautiful artwork. But yes, it's actually pencil and it's been coloured. So there's no ink in at all, and you just got, and the story continues for the prince and his visor, telling about, and you got Conan meets up with another band of warriors, and he goes off with them. Got some lovely smile on Conan's face. This is a Conan that's actually got an unusual sense of humour. There's actually a lot more depth, perhaps. I mean, when you look back at the original Roy Thomas, which I love, those ones, the stories are great. But I think these ones actually have got more breathing room for the story. So I think it's just a great, great time. But he's got this dream of this place up north that is full of milk and honey, and it's really summer, eternal summer. Doesn't work out that way, of course. But there wouldn't be any story of that. There wasn't that. That was the case. So you got the classic Frost Giant's Daughter. Brilliant story, brilliant in the R.E. Howard, brilliant in the Roy Thomas period as well, with Barry Windsor Smith. I loved that. Is this better? Well, it's up there. It's about the same. I really don't want, it's different, but it's the same. You've got the same general gist of the story, and it's a classic. Just brilliant. I love the colours. I love her hair, that red hair. A bit like Red Sonja in many ways. Say Red Sonja. Anyway. Got this, he meets up again with his band, and of course they have some more problems, have more battles, more of this, more of that, probably some more tavern scenes I expect along the way. They love the drink, and he's dragged off to the land of milk and honey that doesn't seem to be that way. And that's a great yarn. These eternal creatures. It's a great story. Absolutely and brilliant. Like I said, the artwork is superb. All just absolutely classic. Some just great way, Conan, his eyes, just got literally the intensity in his eyes in places. Again, more heads being lopped off in the story. And Conan's out in the middle of nowhere, more taverns, and then just this brilliant, it's a few changes of style in this, the artwork, and this one has got a lovely born on the battlefield. You've got brilliant, so early origin of Conan, how he obviously he's certainly not bitten by a radioactive spider kind of origin, but it's just we learn a little bit about his youth, put it that way. And you've got this old lady that's an ancient lady who's obviously knows the mystic arts, and she sees various things and possible futures. you've got Conan, of course, we know eventually will become King Conan. So there's all that story. But it's awesome, awesome artwork. There's a great one here where it's a sort of like falls into like a Murdoch mystery stories or Columbo, that sort of thing, where you've got this character who's a detective. Now, this actually would be a brilliant series. That guy in this, they should actually have a spin-off series where you've got a detective in that period where he's going around thinking, did that person do the murder? Did all that bit of... Certainly would be a classic TV series. Yeah, maybe not. But you got good old Thoth Amon. He is death. It always looks like it as well. Oh, better not say anything about that. But great story. And you've got Conan, of course, battles him. He's the villain that appears quite a lot. And you got this brilliant story here. Janissa. Janissa turns up. And that's just great. You can't beat yet another, a bit like Red Sonja. Belit. It's a good yarn with her. And I don't know if she turns up again, if there's more stories with her appearing again. But this is a classic story. I mean, it's really quite brutal. Pretty terrifying as well. But the artwork again, more heads lopped off. Did they never do anything else? Anyway, there's some great bits of magic. And then Wolves in the Wood. Another early origin bit of Conan. Brilliant bit of artwork. Just absolutely glorious. He's and then we're on to an absolutely... It's good all the way through it, to be honest. To turn around, I love these sort of demon creatures that turn up. That's just a brilliant tale. City of Thieves. And you've got him sort of being a thief, and he obviously steals not always the right thing. You've got this development of the story a bit later. I think one of the best bits in this, and probably worth for the whole of the book, is this last part. It's a bit lost, and I'm not going to say what's lost, but something's lost of Conan's. And Conan doesn't feature in this story. You've just got, obviously, it's obviously part of... This is Conan 18. It's got John Severin, who of course did EC Comics and Marvel Comics. And you've got a lovely bit of artwork there. But you've got this item is found by a variety of people. It passes from person to person. Now that story I think's been done. It has been done before. But it's always enjoyable. Those sort of stories where you've got someone gets it. Oh, this is going to be great. And then someone else gets it. And it's just populated with a vast range of different characters who think this is going to be amazing. Classic. Worth it. That story is the gem. I mean, it's a brilliant story. Then you've got Bruce Timm, which is unusual. And as soon as you see it, you know it's Bruce Timm. I love Bruce Timm's work, but it's very different from his usual style, even though you can see it's Bruce Timm's work. And it's a fun piece. Maybe not fun for one of the characters in it, but a fun piece all the same. And that's it. You've got some... I lie, because there is actually some more. Just suddenly saw some pencil pages and I thought, oh, at the end. No, we're not. There's actually another great story, which is a continuation of a story that was earlier. And it's a good story. Again, is Conan is the thief. You've got some brilliant interviews here. Got some pencil drawing at the back. And also you've got some, of course, character sketches. Got some more character sketches. More character sketches. Even more character sketches. And then you got another really decent essays, obviously about, and also Howard, and also the outline of, a probable outline of Conan's career. It always makes you wonder if, obviously, if R.E. Howard had lived longer and how much he would have fleshed it out. The great stories there would have been. I mean, that's sad, wasn't to be. But he did leave vast amount of amazing stories. I love this bit. This is one of the best bits, the back. The original map of the Hyborian world, drawn by R.E. You know, I've never seen that, which is weird, since I love R.E. Howard. 1932, this was the basis of a map he would later enclose a letter to Miller in 1936. First published in 2002, which is probably the reason why I've never seen it before. And I love the fact that where Samaria, where he is obviously from, is right on the top of my home country. So Samaria is clearly England or Scotland, that sort of area. I'm going to assume that Conan was born down near in the southeast where I live of England. Would be kind of cool. However, I don't really think I'm anywhere in the league of Conan. About 4 or 5 times lesser than he is. But that's a brilliant Conan Chronicle book out of the Darksome Hills. A real gem. And all the other epics are just brilliant as well. Thoroughly. There's a new one coming out fairly soon as well. So there'll be a volume 5. I just hope they continue to bring them out.